Actors come and go, so it's easy for a handsome actor to disappear from our collective memory. But just because time moved on doesn't mean we should forget about them. In this video, we're taking a look at a couple of handsome actors that you may have forgotten about. This is a compilation video of my short videos featured in the month of April. Why? Because a lot of you have asked me for a longer video or perhaps a compilation video. If you want to watch the entire original videos, I'll link them in the description below.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Ben Murphy first caught attention with a recurring role as Joseph Sample in the anthology series The Name of the Game, but his breakout came as Jed Kid Curry in the ABC Western Alias Smith and Jones, opposite Pete Duel and later Roger Davis. Inspired by Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, the show mixed humor, chases and charm across 50 episodes. Murphy arrived on screen just at the right moment to become the kind of guy who quietly owns Saturday nights. That easy grin, those steady blue eyes, and his athletic frame that looked right at home in the saddle turned him into someone viewers kept an eye on long after the plot wrapped up. Yet he stardom fast. Pete Duel's death in late 1972 shook the set, forcing a recast and cutting the series short after 3 seasons just as his popularity peaked. Without blockbuster films or decade-long TV hits, his name drifted from the marquees. Those classic good looks and effortless charm that once filled teen bedrooms with secret sighs now sit in reruns, watched mainly by people who remember him exactly how his presence used to make an ordinary evening feel changed. Luis Miguel was a teen idol from the early 80s, and by the time his 6th studio album, Busca Una Mayor, arrived in 1988, Miguel was already moving from teen idol territory into something far sleeker and more adult. The album was a pivotal turning point, allowing him to shed the image of his early years for a more mature image. Otra vez, sin decirte quiero. But somehow, he was never as massively popular as Ricky Martin. Miguel's appeal during the late 80s had a rawness that felt almost startling in hindsight. Before the tuxedos and perfectly tailored image took over, there was the sun-kissed, cute as hell, slightly wild version of him. Tousled hair with just enough volume to look effortless, a lean athletic build, and the kind of natural confidence that didn't seem manufactured. He also fits a forgotten hunk idea because his appeal was so wide that it sometimes got swallowed by the size of his success. Luis Miguel should not be left in the category of who was that handsome guy again, because his run was strong and too influential. He won multiple Grammy and Latin Grammy awards, sold enormous numbers, and helped push Bolero back into the mainstream with records like Romance and Segundo Romance. His face was memorable, yes, but the catalog was the real proof that he is the talent that should be on everyone's lips, even in 2026.
I wanna love her with a slow hand. I wanna love her with an easy touch.
What are you doing?
Just cleaning the house.
Billy Jayne, first billed as Billy Jacoby, was one of those actors who seemed to pop up everywhere once the 1980s got rolling. He is best remembered for playing Buddy Griffith in Just One of the Guys from 1985 and Mikey Randall on Parker Lewis Can't Lose from 1990 to 1993. And then he kind of fizzled out like a candle in the wind.
You met a girl.
Girl, Park. This isn't just a girl. And get this, she likes me.
He was cute in the clean, boyish way, but also carried just enough swagger to make a teen viewer sit up straighter. The reason that he feels forgotten is not that he vanished, but that his fame was concentrated in a narrow sweet spot. He was highly visible in the era that made him alluring, then gradually shifted into guest roles and smaller parts rather than the endless campaign of stardom. He is the kind of actor whose old photos can still stop an older viewer in their tracks, because that specific face carries a whole shelf of feelings from a very specific pop culture era. He projected the easy confidence without seeming unattainable, which made him feel closer to real life than more of the polished leading men of the time. Jayne's characters were frequently the friend, the troublemaker, or just the guy outside of the spotlight, which made him easier to latch onto emotionally. That kind of accessibility made the crush feel more personal, even if it had to stay unspoken in the 1980s. Billy Jayne deserves to be remembered because he represents a whole strain of 1980s and early 90s screen charm.
Mother, what are you doing here? We had an agreement.
I was in the neighborhood.
Eduard Albert was the son of actor Eddie Albert and Mexican actress Margot, who stepped into the spotlight in his own right during the 1970s and 1980s.
Well, what about freedom? You care about being free, don't you?
Freedom is the most important thing in the world to me.
He made his breakthrough in Butterflies Are Free from 1972, playing the blind and determined Don Baker opposite Goldie Hawn. He followed it up with a string of successful films, but by the early 1980s, he moved into TV, starring in The Yellow Rose and in Beauty and the Beast. Although he was constantly on our TV screens, we kind of forgot about him. Albert took steady work in TV and the occasional feature, but the roles grew smaller or landed in lower budget productions that rarely reached wide audiences. We shouldn't forget about Eduard Albert because his work still delivers the kind of honest charm and emotional depth that made movies feel intimate and worth returning to. Rediscovering his roles today reconnects us with a slice of Hollywood that valued sincerity over spectacle, and it lets new viewers experience the same quiet pull that once made so many of us pause and smile at the screen. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, remember to give me a thumbs up and a subscription would be nice. You can also check out some of the other great videos on my channel, and to get you started, you can check out this video next. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.